Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. According to the news in the business world, there's an apocalypse headed this way for 2024. So, guys, this apocalypse they're talking about, and I hate that they label it this, but they're calling it the job apocalypse of 2024. Now, earlier this year, or rather a few videos ago, I talked about how a lot of jobs are going to start cutting employees because of AI, and that a lot of jobs are looking to save money by cutting employees and putting in place an AI system that's going to take the place of their 10,000 employees or 20,000 employees that they let go. Now, the job apocalypse, surprisingly enough, has nothing to do with AI or employees being replaced by AI. Rather than a lot of companies didn't do good last year as far as their finances went. And because they started seeing those signs of their company not doing great in the middle of the year, they had to start planning to let employees go by the end of this year into next year. Now, not a whole lot of companies let a lot of people go this year. A lot of pharmaceutical companies did, but as a whole, a lot of companies didn't let go a lot of people. But come 2024, they're talking about anywhere between February and March, there's going to be something called the job apocalypse, where people are being let go left and right. Now, again, these are companies letting people go because they didn't do well financially. So now they're letting these people go, and ultimately, if they can, they're going to use AI to replace a lot of those people, if they can. And other jobs, they're just going to lose those hands, that body, that space. It's gone. And in some cases, like city jobs, for example, they are eliminating jobs. So not so much people, but if there's a job that's open here in New York City, right? Let's just say the asshole clerk. And the asshole clerk is in charge of being an asshole to you. Whenever you pick up the phone, this person's an asshole. Well, that person retired from that spot, and that asshole spot was open, but they never filled it. So they're getting rid of that. And here in New York City, they're getting rid of a lot of job spots that were not filled and getting rid of them. Therefore, they're not hiring anybody and they're not firing anybody, if that makes any sense. So with the job apocalypse, they're going to start doing the same thing. If a lot of jobs or companies had spots that were open but weren't filled, they're going to collapse those jobs. With the job apocalypse, they're getting rid of people as well. And they're talking about a substantial amount of people being let go next year. Now, currently, the unemployment rate is 3.9. By the end of next year, they think it's going to go to 4.4%. Sorry. That's what they're looking at. And that's a substantial amount of people getting let go. Again, not on top of jobs that are starting to replace people with AI. In the articles I read, they didn't even touch that. But I'm doing, again, more research, and I'm looking at jobs looking to replace people with AI because it saves them money. And it saves them money on all fronts. It saves them money on calling out sick, having to train a person, having to pay them overtime, having them give them bonuses. All of these things, it saves the company money on. And it doesn't save them a few $1 million. It saves them tens to hundreds of millions of dollars if you let go of people and put AI in its place. Now, people who are getting let go from their jobs and being replaced by AI are those that are at call centers right now. Now, not all call center jobs, but a lot of call center jobs are getting rid of humans and putting AI in its place. With the job apocalypse, they're just companies are looking at their year end and going, we're going to have to let some people go. And if they continue to do bad in the next year, by February, March, you're going to see some people get let go. And then by July, August, you're going to see more. And then the end of the year, they're probably going to hit that 4.4. And I think the 4.4 number is a lowball number. I think it's going to be a little higher than that. I think it's going to reach 5. Still, these are things that we should be not worried about, but paying attention to. If your company is talking about how it's doing bad financially, you should already be lining up your exit strategy in that job, because you could be getting let go. Now, I'm not saying quit when you hear them go, man, we're doing bad financially. We can't have another quarter like this. And then you just fucking leave. Don't do that. Don't. Wait. But keep in mind that if you are on the table to be fired, you should be coming up with a backup plan. If you work for a private company, guys, you should always have a backup plan. You should always be saving money. You should always have an exit strategy with a job like that, because you never know, man. You could come in tomorrow. You can come in tomorrow and not even a person telling you you're fired. An email at your desk when you get in the morning. You log in, tick, 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 and you hit send, and you see email says, please read urgent, and then you read it, and they're telling you you're let go as of today. Or if they're going to be kind, they'll say by the end of the week, we need you to finish up your work, and then you will be let go Friday at the end of the week. And this has happened in current times where people were let go and they were given a week to finish up their work. You're letting me go, I'm going to tell you to go kiss my dick, and I'm throwing the fucking computers right through the window. Because you didn't even have the audacity to have a human fire me. You had to fire me via email. It's even worse when it's done by text. There was a company that did it, if I'm not mistaken, by text message. He let go a lot of his employees. I was like, what the fuck? So again, if you have one of those jobs, guys, where you could possibly be getting fired, start coming up with an exit strategy and pay attention to your company and what they're doing and how good or bad they're doing, because that's going to determine whether or not they let you go. Now, I have another theory. It's just a theory. But the reason why they're also letting all these illegal immigrants flood into the country is also because you can get them to work for a lot cheaper than what you're currently getting paid for. So if you're getting paid $22, $23, $24 an hour, Juan over here will do it for $11 an hour and a fucking coffee break, right? So it's one of those things. I'm like, well, they could be letting these people go. They're not talking about rehiring people either, too. They're talking about letting these people go and not rehiring. So, I mean, yeah, could the illegal immigrants that are rushing in here get the job at a cheaper rate? Yes, but they're also not mentioning anything about rehiring anyone. That's why, like I mentioned earlier, I think they're going to use AI to replace a lot of these employees. Now, you can't replace them all, but you definitely can replace a lot of them. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.